What is up, YouTube? Today's video, my video is actually to a guy named Urquhart on YouTube. And I will make it a video response to husky394xp too. I continuously see, not necessarily Aaron, but I see husky394xp post a lot of Facebook videos against the new versions of the Bible. Now here, I have a bunch of new versions. You can probably see them in the camera right here. This is a New American Bible. Sorry. This is a New American Bible. Yeah, I caught you. Hold on. Caught you, didn't I? Thought you were too fast for me, huh? Yep. I'm coming out and starting trouble and didn't know how to catch you. You are fast, but I did catch you. This is the New American, the New American Bible. It's a Catholic Bible, so yes, it does have the Apocrypha in it. It is not a red letter. Now, yeah, we'll go into that in a separate video, I guess. Right here, two new international versions, right here. These right here, they're both the Message. This right here is the Holman Christian Standard. This right here is the New Revised Standard Version. New Living Translation. King James versions. English Standard versions. Sorry, my piles get kind of big here. Hold on for 1 second. And I'll show you, I'm showing you why I have all these for a reason. New King James versions. New American Standard versions. My preferred version. The Mormon Missionary Bible. The Living Bible. Not the New Living Translation, but the Living Bible. Okay? Here's the thing. What King James Bible believers, which is basically another way to say King James only, but not have the militant connotation that King James onlyism has. But let's face it, you're King James onlyists. Husky394xp. You make a very poor argument on this case. You say, oh, but I have other versions. And then, what do? You misquote every other version. I've looked up a lot of your citations. Now, I know this is hard to understand here, but the reason on things like Matthew 17:21, however these cannot come out, but you said it's not in the new version, so in any of the new versions, so I'll look it up in the NIV. Matthew 17:21. Actually, I'm looking this up in the New Living Translation, which would be it's even better when it's in here because this isn't actually even the translation; it's a paraphrase. So But this kind of demon won't leave except by prayer and fasting. Okay, that's also a reference to Mark 9:29. Now, the problem with which you fail to realize is because these were not in the Septuagint or the text or the Sinaiticus or the Vaticanus, they're not put in these new translations. What they do, though, and I've noticed, and I know that you've noted this, but because we cannot show that they are reliable in their translation, what the newer versions do is extract it from the text and footnote it. You've been a little intellectually dishonest. Not Aaron Urquhart. He hasn't been. Because he's only posted 2 videos, so I don't know his exact view. You, however, make a disgusting amount of videos that you don't understand. You don't understand what textual criticism means, okay? Everybody has their thing that they're interested in. I'm interested in apologetics, but I'm also interested in translation. My roommate, he's interested in apologetics. He's also interested in systematic theology, which goes along with apologetics. But he sort of takes different ways than I do. He's more into like other things. My thing that I feel comfortable debating, like he feels comfortable debating presuppositional apologetics. I don't. I feel comfortable. I'm a presuppositionalist, but I feel more comfortable debating evidentialism. So that's me. I think the best conversation I ever had was with an atheist when he said I asked him, I was like, is something moral because you deem it moral, or do you do it because it is moral? And that threw him through a loop because we're arguing morality. But 9 times out of 10, I don't argue presuppositionalism because I'm not the best at it. I like to argue evidentialism. I like to argue textual criticism. So these are things that I'm very interested in. Apparently you're not, because you don't do your homework on it. There's a video put out by Sam Gipp where he mentioned the word Calvary in the book of Matthew. I can't remember exactly where it is. And then when the newer versions translate it to school, he made a big deal about it. But the difference in Greek, Calvary means school. So we're translating it and giving it its English equivalent. There's nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, I mean, the Bible was never written in English. So you're not against it being translated from Hebrew, Greek, and Aramaic to English, are you? I mean, if you want it to stay as original as it should, you want to say, you saying this should stay as original as we can have it. I mean, I guess we all need to learn Hebrew and Greek and Aramaic, man, huh? Because that's the only way it's going to stay in its most original form. There's going to be some dynamic translation equated to any version of the Bible, because Greek and Hebrew does not translate to English very well. And I know people who speak Greek and Hebrew, and who've actually sat down. You know, I'll sit down with an English Bible. It's my friend Britton, my pastor's son. He will sit down with a Hebrew Bible. I've seen him do it. He just did it a few weeks ago. And with a Hebrew Bible. And will tell me and my roommate, it's funny because I have a Spanish Bible, so I'll look at it in Spanish. Well, I can. I didn't do it last time because I didn't know what was going to happen. But my roommate has a Chinese Bible, so he was translating it from Chinese to English. And then he was Britain was translating it from Hebrew to English, and I was translating it from Spanish to English because I'm Puerto Rican. Well, here's the funny thing. Do you actually know that in all of those languages, we translated literally, so we didn't put any dynamic to it? Do you have any idea just how those sounded? I mean, we were all saying the same thing, but when we translated word for word, it was very choppy and very difficult to understand. They all said the same thing, though, but it was difficult to understand. So in any translation, you're going to have some dynamics. You don't know that, though. You say the King James is the only original pure word of God, but meanwhile, you don't even realize that in places like in the book of Psalms, this book of Psalms in the King James is very dynamic. What's your answer to that? You probably won't answer me because you haven't been for the last month. Whatever. I'll give it a shot. Here you go. Sub, rate, and comment below. Peace.